Now, Talk Real Estate, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, located on the South Shore, and I have been working as a full-time realtor and sales and marketing consultant for home buyers and home sellers for the past 15 years. I have helped hundreds of clients throughout the home buying and home selling process. My unique approach to assisting my clients to the next chapter of their lives is driven by being a team player and by offering them continuous training, education, advising, and mentoring. I like to say that I offer my clients exceptional service that moves you. Every week, I will be providing you with real estate topics ranging from home buyer and home seller advice, legal matters, insurance binders, flood insurance concerns, home inspection questions, environmental worries like radon, lead paint, and mold, mortgages and loan programs, staging tips and ideas, real estate contracts, market trends, home values, and more. It's a talk radio show, and sometimes we are even interactive, so you can follow along online. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We'd love to talk real estate. If you missed any of our shows, or if you want to listen to one again, you can listen on my podcast at talkrealestateradio.com. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me regarding your home sale or your home purchase, I'd love the opportunity to meet with you. You can connect with me anytime at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate. My South Shore neighbors, this is Sharon McNamara. You are, of course, listening to Talk Real Estate. You are here tonight at our Talk Real Estate Roundtable with me and Mary Baker, along with Melissa Wallace.
Hello.
Hello, ladies. We have no guests tonight, so it's just us. You want to just sit and chat?
Yeah. I got some 45 minutes, just fair.
All right, perfect. So if you are following us and you're familiar with our show, you know our program. The way that we handle things here is we will tell you a little bit about what's going to go on tonight, how you can watch us. So if you're on your ride home tonight, I hope that Lisa DeMilo just gave you an update. She'll be giving us another one soon. So hopefully the roads will clear up a little bit for you so you can get home safely and on time for Din Din. And if you have Facebook, you can find us on Facebook Live. And we are on Sharon Costa McNamara. We're on all the different Connect pages. So Pembroke Connect, Marshfield Connect, Boston Connect, Dorchester Connect. Yeah,
everywhere.
we're everywhere.
We're doing it all.
Yeah, and we're also going to try to get onto Instagram as well. So you can, talk to us and see us. So if you have any questions for us for tonight's show, you can always call the studio because we have Benjamin in the house. Hello, Benjamin.
Ladies, good evening. How are you?
Good. And the phone number at the studio is 781-837-4900. And if you have any questions regarding real estate, it doesn't have to be about our topic tonight, which I'm holding on to it as a teaser. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. But if you have any questions regarding real estate, whether it be about, lead paint, mold, chimneys, home inspections. Ask us anything. We know a little bit about everything, don't we? And if we don't, we certainly have a guy that will tell us what the answer is.
We got a guy. Mark.
Yeah, usually Mark.
Hey, how's it going?
Exactly. Yes. So that number again is 781-837-4900, or you can send us messages on Facebook, because all three of us are watching our Facebook pages and our what are they called? Profiles?
Our news feeds.
Our news feeds.
Yeah. Kristen Howlett says, "Hello, girls."
Hello, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen. I hope you're coming to the meeting tomorrow. We have a little surprise.
Oh, you just told her.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, now she's going to know.
I didn't say it was a surprise for her. I said it was a little surprise.
Well, don't you think she's going to know?
Why can't it be a surprise for me? It's a surprise for me, Kristen.
Because
it's a surprise for everyone.
My shining star. Don't, right? How's that song go?
You just gave it away.
So anyways, tonight we are going to be talking about, we're going to call this one Move or Improve. That's pretty fun.
It's like Love It or List It, but move or improve.
Yeah, move or improve. Oh, maybe HGTV is going to capture us.
Oh, is that the one where they do an improvement on their house and then they have to decide should they live in it or?
Yeah, list it or love it. But I like move or improve.
I would like to know what the metrics are on that. Like, how many people choose to list it and how many people choose to love it?
Well, do you see the renovations they make? Okay, this is
I don't think any of that is real.
Well, it is. It's real. They have, the lights
They're
and
real
cameras.
people.
The lights and cameras go out, and then what happens is they have a crew of like 50 people coming in. So, but you know who doesn't need a crew of anybody to help her with her job? Take a guess. It's Lisa DeMilo from the WATD Traffic Center. She's going to tell us how your roads are looking tonight. How's it going, Lisa?
Well, hey there, Sharon. You are so funny with your segues. It never fails. You never fail to disappoint.
I try.
So, Sharon, we're getting word of a possible crash on 93 North before the Braintree split. Again, it's not confirmed, but I just wanted to put it out there in case you're in that area. There are delays, and you can kind of see that there is a backup there. The expressway southbound is curling from the tunnel down through Savin Hill and down past the gas tank. You're back in it after Neponset Circle to the split. Northbound delays up towards the tunnel. Route 3 South is backed up from the expressway down past Union Street. And Route 24 South is stop and go down past 495. This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance New England Boat Show. Come see what's new at the Progressive Insurance New England Boat Show. Shop hundreds of new boats, marine gear, engines, and electronics now through Sunday at the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center, newenglandboatshow.com. Traffic on the 9s every morning. I'm Lisa DeMilo in the WATD Traffic Center.
We now return to Talk Real Estate, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services on 95.9 WATD.
We're back. Hello to all of our listeners. You're listening to Talk Real Estate. We have the Talk Real Estate Roundtable here with Mary Baker and Melissa Wallace at Boston Connect Real Estate. Thank you to Boston Connect Real Estate for being our sponsor, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
thanks for being the best.
Thanks for letting us have fun.
Yeah, and we're in our in-home office here, in our in-home studio that Benjamin has helped us with a little bit here and there with getting it all organized. It looks great.
Sounds great
Sounds
tonight,
great.
too.
Yeah, sounds
Looks great. Sounds even better.
Style,
Really
profile.
comfy.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Kristen will not be at the office meeting tomorrow. You know why?
Why?
She's got a big closing.
Oh, she has a closing tomorrow, so she can't make it. All right, I guess we have to choose somebody else to be a shining star.
Wow. Now, surprise.
Yeah, we did. We decided. We knew that you would be at a closing, so we are doing it on the air. You are our shining star for the month of January.
Wow.
Oh, and why is she the shining star, Sharon?
Yeah. Okay. So Ben, just to catch you up on speed. So once a month, what we do here at the office is we choose one of our agents that we consider to be a shining star. They're all shining stars, but somebody who, in particular, we noticed, you know what I mean, that they took an extra initiative, they helped somebody, whatever it was. So this month, we actually, for January, Melissa and I were choosing, and we decided that would be Kristen Howlett, who is one of our full-time real estate agents at Boston Connect Real Estate, obviously. We wouldn't be giving her a shining star. And we give them a little gift. So I think we have a jacket out back that we can give for her.
Yeah.
And
I love our jackets. I love our swag.
I love our swag too.
I second
do.
that motion as well.
I found some older swag while I was cleaning up my room.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to wear it.
Yeah,
I think I might wear it tomorrow.
I love old swag. But so one of the things with Kristen is she is right now she has 2 condos in Whitman. Why don't you tell everybody about this?
Yeah, they're duplexes in Whitman. I actually did an open house with her, and she just accepted offers on both of them. She's got 2 sides, so it's 2 duplexes. One is currently vacant. One still has the original owner in it, and she's a doll too. And she loves Kristen, and Kristen loves her. They're like the cutest little.
It's like a love match, isn't it?
It is. So, and she's actually helping her purchase something as well. But they're great. I could see myself living in one of these, and I really wish I could have. But both 3 bedrooms. 1.5 baths. just a great location, right on Warren Ave in Whitman, off Washington Street. Super convenient, great price. They were on the market for $319 each.
Yeah, and one of the things I loved about, not to interrupt you, but I will, one of the things I loved that Kristen did is she's one of those forward-thinking agents that she's really thinking about what the next steps should be in the process. And one of the things that we've told people when we get listings as a team is, we'll send out, notes or whatever to the neighbor saying, hey, we know that this might be a little disruptive, but since it is a duplex and they're side by side, she went and knocked on the neighbor's door next door, and that's how she became friends with this woman.
Yes.
And just said, I just want to let you know I'm going to be listing the property next door. I promise to, make it as convenient and easy as possible so we're not disrupting you too much, yada, yada. And the woman's like, I want to sell too. So Kristen is helping her purchase a new place, and now has both sides under agreement at the same time with a brother and sister. And I thought that would be great. We thought outside the box for this one. And that's one thing I love so much about our office and our agents is that everybody has a different idea and opinion because we've all worked with so many different buyers.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is definitely like that, multi-generational situation, but you have your private home. It's perfect.
Yeah, and when I did the open house with her, we had a lot of people come through, and I fall in love with everybody. I want everybody to get the house.
We don't let you read the love letters for sure.
But it just, everybody that just came through, and Kristen can attest to this too, everybody loved it, and there was everything. Positive feedback all around. Everybody loved Kristen. She's awesome at open houses. I've seen her in action plenty of times now, and she's great. And so I was fortunate enough to do an open house with her, and then we went and had a late lunch at Mia's, and we met some people there, and she's hanging out. We were hanging out at the bar, just having a drink and some
what else do you do on Sunday?
And there were two couples next to us, and she was just chatting them up the whole time, and letting them know that she's a realtor and everything, and so she's doing what she's supposed to do.
Awesome.
She's gonna.
Well, we are proud of you, our shining star, and we took that moment or two to discuss this because she's listening, right?
Yep.
And since you're not going to make it to the office meeting tomorrow, we love you and congratulations, and we'll have a jacket or something fun for you.
Yeah,
so
she'll be an after.
Yes. So tonight our topic is move or improve, and we have lots of different ideas and suggestions about this. If you have any questions for us, Ben can take your call, 781-837-4900. It doesn't have to be about our topic, so if you have any general questions for us regarding real estate, please join our roundtable tonight. We're happy to answer for you. So,
actually, Sharon, a quick thought if I can.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say overall with the STAR program that you do, can I just say that's such a positive culture move for the company in general. I absolutely love that, and I wish more companies would do things like that. It's not because you pushed harder to get it necessarily, it's because you did a good job. It's official attaboy or attagirl or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really cool that you do something like that. I wanted to say that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we think so too. And we just think, a lot of times it's the person who gets it is usually the most surprised because the things that they're doing, they're just doing because that's who they are. I think that's what I love about it. You know what I mean? It isn't like, I'm going to work towards that shining star this month.
Well, it's funny because, people don't really expect it because they don't always think that people are watching what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I watch and I see everything. Nothing gets by me.
Melissa has eyes on you.
I know where everybody is at all times. That's good.
No, that's great. Okay, so move or improve, 781-837-4900. Give Benjamin a call, and he will pipe you right over to us. So here's the other thing, too. It's like move or improve, and then there's move to a resale or move to new construction. So there's so many ways that we could take this conversation tonight. But what do you think the biggest, who do we start with? Mary, we'll start with you. So what do you think?
I'm over here taking pictures for Instagram, so.
Oh, yeah, she's Instagramming over here. What do you think, and this is the reason why this came up, so I feel like we're already running out of time. Okay, we have a half hour still, that's plenty.
No, we're good,
So this past weekend, last week we put 3 new listings on the market, and Mark and I did 2 open houses. So we were at 109 Damon's Point Road in Marshfield, which is the most gorgeous home you have ever seen. It's like perfect.
I love everything. There's not one thing that I do not like about this house.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Everything.
Yes. It's on the market for $1.395. So it is a beautiful home. We're doing accompanied showings over there. And then we also went to, and we had 12 people that came through that open house that over the weekend, which was nice.
12 groups.
And then we went to 17 Acorn Lane in Pembroke, and that is a 4-bedroom colonial that's on the market for $600,000. And we had 30 groups of people come through the open house. 30 groups.
That's insane for that. So I was talking to another agent of ours, Michelle Fay, earlier today. That's almost unheard of for that price point of being $600,000, having that many buyers.
That's a good point, Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I didn't even think of that.
Like I mean, we hear a lot about multiple offers and bidding wars in that kind of entry level price point.
Yeah.
You know, your first time home buyer house or maybe your right sizer house, but going into that larger colonial.
Yep.
That's kind of a shift in the market that I don't know that I've seen before.
And I think it's also sort of a testament to what's going on in Pembroke, you know. So it's one of the things. I've lived in this town for 27 years. I've always had confidence in the 27 years that I've lived here. I've loved our town as much as I've loved the surrounding towns. We kept our boat in Situate, and then we had it in Marshfield, and then we had it in Falmouth, and we now have it in Wareham. You know what I mean? So I love that about being part of Pembroke, is that I do take advantage of all of the coastline. Like we go to Plymouth to go out to dinner, and we go to Duxbury, wherever. We can go anywhere we want to. Well, you can when you're in other towns. I mean, no one's strapping you to it. But when you live in the water community, you tend to just stay in that one community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I really do feel that this is really a good testament of what is going on in the market with Pembroke, where other people, outside people, are starting to have that same confidence in our town that we have. And we're seeing people moving from, I had people in my Pembroke place that were leaving Marshfield to move to Pembroke. I saw people from Braintree moving to Pembroke, Quincy, all over, Weymouth, everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I had a call yesterday from somebody who lives down the Cape who is interested in Copperwood. And it's interesting. They lived in the city, they moved down to the Cape, and now they're missing sort of a more active life, and they want to live more on the South Shore. So they're interested in moving to Pembroke.
Yeah,
so
well, that's sort of in between.
Yeah.
When you're living in the city, I mean, I do think Pembroke is really smack dab in the middle. It's like 25 miles each way, you know, to get to Boston or to get to, you know, Cape Cod. So I think that that's good.
So I entirely, when I lived in Medford, I would think that this was, I remember sitting in your car one day going, are we still in Pembroke? Like it's just so vast that I feel like a lot of people think it's, I don't know, bigger or more spread out than it is. But I would say you can get anywhere in Pembroke within, like, from one side to the other with like 12 to 15 minutes. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
Once you know the back roads. I love the back roads. You'll never find me on a main road, except where I
I'm
live.
trying to learn.
All right. So what is your takeaway about tonight's topic? What is your, like, off the top of your head? Oh, I didn't finish my thought.
You didn't.
Well, because I was trying to get onto Facebook.
Did I interrupt you?
No, I interrupted myself. That happens sometimes, okay? I'm just trying to get onto Facebook Live. And hello, everybody. So if you have any questions, just let us know. You can go onto Facebook Live, too. So this past weekend, I found it very interesting in both properties. So one on the market for $1.395, the other on for $600. There were several people that came through the open house that was like, oh, we're in the process of thinking, do we, you know, renovate the current house we have? Do we put an addition on the current house we have? Or do we just sell that house and buy a new one? So that's why I got this idea about this topic. It's a good one, don't you think?
Well, we got that actual question too from people even with the new construction wanting like in-law situations. So it's
I think it happens a lot like that.
Yeah, so one of the things to consider, and we actually put it out on Facebook on the Connect pages, is, you know, the scenario was, you know, you purchased your home 5 years ago, you're now expecting another child, your family is expanding, but your home is staying the same. Do you add more square footage to your home to sort of grow in place, or do you sell and move to something that's bigger to accommodate your growing family? And then, you know. And
there are a lot of factors that come into play when you're thinking about this. So I wonder if people will be surprised to hear this. I've lived in the same house for 27 years. I think of in 30 years how many houses 20 years how many houses I've probably been part of, people buying and selling.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And it's there was a little time in my life when I was going through that, phase of, maybe we need more space or something. Should we move? But then we were so busy with, McNamara Plumbing was very busy. We were busy with real estate that it just wasn't something that made sense for us at that time. Mm-hmm. And, when we first moved in, I was like, oh, I'd love to be on a cul-de-sac. And then we just grew into our home. But now we don't have to right size because we're already, the kids are gone. Yeah, we're already in the home. So what do you think the key factors are when you're making that decision?
Me personally, I think one of the primary factors when you're thinking, do I stay or do I go?
Oh, that's a good song. Can you get that?
Is location and space.
Yeah.
So do you have the space to do it on the specific lot that you have?
Yep.
Or on the piece of property? And do you love your location? Because if you're planning on aging in place or staying there or expanding, you really want to love that location because major renovations take a good chunk of money and time and effort to do. Mm-hmm. Yep. So those are my two primary.
Well, we had someone respond on Facebook on Pembroke Connect.
Can you let people know that, though, so they can follow along during the week, that we'll put out questions for people that follow the radio show?
Yes, we are going to put out questions.
Tell them where.
on all of our Connect pages. So Pembroke Connect, Marshfield Connect, Duxbury, Hanover. So I put that question out there earlier. Carrie Wasmouth,
Carol from last week.
Yeah, from last week. Yeah.
We should give her some swag. She's always listening.
She said, I purchased a 3-bedroom ranch here in 2000. We have 2 kids now, 21 and 16. If second child was a twin, we would have built up on our home. Love our town and our neighborhood. Now thinking about being empty nesters in a house full of wonderful memories.
Oh, yeah. See, and that is one of the things that you have to think about is the emotional aspect of buying and selling a house and leaving the house that you really, love. I mean, I was talking to our seller from 17 Acorn today, and she's like, it's funny to me that, we're going through this process and, my grandkids came here, the weddings, 2 of the weddings were here, bringing the kids home, like all those things.
Can I tell you something really funny?
Yeah.
So Sam Horton, he actually saw a picture because he used to go to school with their kids.
Yeah.
Saw a picture of the basement. He goes, I used to hang out in there. That's what I remember from the house is hanging out. So there's memories and ties to the whole entire community. So I can see how it would be. Yeah, there's an emotional aspect of.
Yeah. Well, if they could see now, that's what one of the things that Mary had told me is that, now the kids are saying, oh, I can't believe that you're selling our house, like our memories. And they are the house that always had the, the football parties and things like that. Well, they bought a beautiful home in in Kingston, right on the water. And so they're going to be doing 4th of July and parties like that. So it's that
Super
next
Bowl
chapter.
to 4th of July.
Yeah. But that is a very good point is that, she had already planned it. So one of my top tips when you're thinking about this, again, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Talk Real Estate Radio Talk Real Estate, but we call it Roundtable and everything else with Melissa Wallace and Mary Baker, Sharon McNamara from Boston Connect Real Estate. We're talking about move or improve, but one of the things to think about is what? I just lost my train of thought.
Well, I was just thinking about your house. I know you said that, you've been in the same house for 27 years, almost 30 years, but you did do an addition on your house. And even though you did an addition, it's still not, you are an empty nester right now. So, but it's not too much house for you and Mark and Gracie. But you made the improvements on your house throughout the years to make it last for you guys. I don't think that you ever really intended to move at all. So it was almost like 27 years ago you and Mark decided, all right, this is our forever home, and you just made it your forever home.
or the improvements that you made were as if you were going to be there forever.
Every improvement we've made, we definitely have done with quality, and wanted to make sure that we did improve the house the right way. I mean, our house, it was new construction when we purchased it, but it was, it was a builder special type thing. So when we did the addition on our house, so we did a living room out back, and above it we did a master bedroom with a very small bathroom. I mean, the bath, to me, it's very livable. It's a walk-in shower with a literally one sink and a toilet, and people are always like, why didn't you do a double vanity? Well, one, I didn't have the space, and I've never spit on his hand ever. Like, it's amazing when you know somebody for 27 years, you can figure out when they want to use the bathroom. I don't understand what the need is for two sinks in a bathroom.
Nope, I need my space. If Sam comes anywhere near me, I'm going to punch him in the face.
Well, but he would learn that.
One sink.
No, we have two sinks upstairs.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not a double vanity, but there's two sinks. Like, he's literally on one side of the bathroom.
Oh, it's on the other side.
And I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
And we do not brush our teeth together.
Yeah, well,
Do you guys keep your toothbrushes on
I don't brush my teeth with Mark
two different
either.
sinks?
All right.
Yep.
Can someone call us? Have you ever spit on your spouse? Like, if you have one sink? I mean, come on.
I think I might have spit on him once.
Oh my God.
when we were sharing downstairs.
Yeah, no, I've never.
I like my space. I do a lot of things in the bathroom, like to my face and stuff.
I don't know. I've made it work. So anyways, I don't know if that's a downfall to my house when I sell it. I don't know. It won't be my problem. It will be Casey and Mackenzie's problem. So there we go.
They got a double vanity.
Yeah. And then they fought who would have the left side and who would have the right side. But so one of the things when you're thinking about doing this is, first of all, if you're already in your home, one thing you don't want to do is over improve it. So that's really important. But I would say, Mary, the part that you're, with our team. Someone's saying.
I'm sorry. Carol just commented and said, surprise, surprise, we have lived with one bathroom. No one spit on anyone.
It's amazing how you can make that work out. So we have to have her on as a guest here. She has to be one of our guests. But so Mary, when you're working as a buyer's agent, I know that, obviously you followed me around and you heard me say these things over and over. And I was actually talking to Alyssa McNamara today. Oh, P.S. I will be on McNamara on Money this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So if you want to tune in to WATD, I will be on with Alyssa for 2 hours this weekend.
Nice.
Yes. So when she was looking for a house, she fell in love with this one house, and I was like, Alyssa, it's still a very small house, and it's on a very busy road. You can put granite and stainless into anything, but you cannot change what's happening on the outside of your house. So if you have a road that's very busy, I guarantee you in 10 years, it's probably going to be a little busier. Right? I mean, I can't make guarantees like that, but that's how life works. So if you are, and I wrote this in my notes, like if you are thinking about buying your first home, or if you are thinking about selling a home, maybe getting into that second home, like maybe leaving a condo, going into a single family, keep those types of things in mind. Is this a home that I could do a renovation on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think having the opportunity to expand and knowing that you have the ability to in the future, you're preparing yourself for things that are potentially out of your control. Job market crashes, anything. I mean, there's people in my life that are a perfect example that bought what would have been the starter home, the smaller ranch with the 2 bedrooms, and they're kind of outgrowing it at this point, but they bought it with enough land that they can expand upon it if they need to and grow into more space as their kids get older. And that's the benefit that they have. There's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah, so we have a lot of people that are watching right now on Facebook Live. Hello to everybody. And we have a lot of listeners on WATD. Call in or do something. But here's my question.
Do something.
Do something. Like, give us an answer somewhere. 781-837-4900. Someone, I am determined to give that number out until somebody calls. But I want your impression, because this is how I feel about bedrooms. Bedrooms, in my opinion, don't have to be humongous, because to me, a bedroom is for sleeping and going. Like, we never allowed our children, and not that there's anything wrong with it, people have their own choices. We didn't let the kids have computers and TVs and all those things in the room. So somebody had actually given me a comment this past weekend about the house on Damon's Point and said, the bedroom sizes seem small.
Oh, I think they're a perfect size. I'm sorry.
Me too. I think they're perfect. What more? I never need a master bedroom that has an entire living room set in it.
Or that you could do backflips in and maybe have a little yoga studio or something.
Yeah, I don't need it.
No.
Yeah.
If you're spending that much time in your bedroom, it's either you're very lucky or it's not that healthy.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, one of the things I'm sort of being a little contradictory to, because we have new construction that has like a sitting area, that's different to me. So like I'm just talking
functional.
Yeah, that's sort of like a little bump out, so it's like a separate room almost. It's almost like a little sitting room or a den, or I think that would make a great in-home office, you know what I mean, away from the kids and stuff like that. But I'm just talking about like, what house did we have? We had a house, and
I know exactly which one.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Around the corner from our old office.
Okay. Well, I can't really remember, but okay. It had a huge.
It was like a bowling alley.
Oh yes, that was one. Yeah. So huge, just unnecessary. So my question for everybody, if you're listening or watching on Facebook, do you think that you need to have these massive bedrooms? That's all I'm asking. You
what
tell
are you
me.
doing in your bedroom that you need it that big?
Yeah. I don't know. I literally go to bed and I change in the morning, and that's it, folks. And then I don't see it until tonight now.
Ditto. My animals get more use out of my bedroom than I do.
Yeah, your animals get more use out of my bedroom too.
True. So what are some of the other things that people should consider? Let's talk about budget a little bit. You want to do that?
That's literally where I was going with this.
Perfect. You go.
So cost effectiveness. So is it more costly for you to do a renovation and stay where you are, or is it more costly to purchase something that's completely done? And what means do you have to do so? Another factor to that is, do you have connections in the trades to be able to lean into and kind of assist you, so you know what is fair to be charged for? Because I think just renovations in general, they can be done cost effectively, or you can go kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we've always said, don't spend a lot of money on things that you're not going to enjoy, and I think that you don't have to necessarily give it a timeline of how long you can enjoy it for. But I mean, if you're only planning on being there for another 6 months to a year, why bother putting in a brand new kitchen? Why bother putting in a brand new bathroom or anything? Like, don't spend the money if you're not going to enjoy it. If you don't want to grow in place or just stay in place, you don't necessarily have to grow. But I think that if you are to purchase something new or new to you, then it should be something that maybe you can fix up down the line, or it should remain in your budget where, say you are handy and you can sort of do things on your own, or you can hire the professionals. And we have a lot of people that, we give business cards out to that are really handy and are in the trades. And but I just think that it's just not cost effective to spend a lot of money on things that you're not going to enjoy. So I think that you have to make the decision first whether or not you're going to be enjoying these things before you make the decision if you're going to do it or not.
You had so many good points there, and I was like holding my breath, trying not to interrupt. Thank you. And I lost every single one of my thoughts. I should have wrote them down. But as you were talking, I was thinking is, what is, when it comes to a budget, it's so easy to snowball out of, it's like, all right, well, this addition or this renovation is going to cost me $50,000. Okay. But I think
$75,000 later.
Yeah, because when you're doing things, I mean, we purchased the building in Pembroke Center for the office, and we knew that we were going to be doing a renovation, but it ended up being one of those things where I was like, you know what, we're already this far in. Why don't you let's change out all of the wires for the computers, all of the wires for the televisions, and all, you know what I mean? So
the lighting fixtures.
every single lighting fixture in this building has been changed changed out, like inside, outside, all of those things. So it is very, very easy to continue that renovation. And I'll be honest, we spent probably $150,000 on a renovation on this building so far. But it also went to, why don't we do the driveway before the winter comes, because we know that that's going to be a problem. And, there was water going down, and I felt bad for the office building behind us because the water was just shooting down to them.
And the septic.
And the septic system, that was unexpected. So we had to do a new septic system. We shared the cost with the seller, but, things do snowball. So that's something that you should always sort of budget yourself for.
You budget and then you make yourself a cushion.
But that's an example. This is essentially our forever home for Boston Connect.
Yeah.
So, we're investing money into something that we're going to have for ever and a long time. And again, it'll be your girls to sell it at the end of the day. But, so you're spending the money wisely, and it's things that we need. It's things that we need for the business to keep us up and running. But that's not necessarily the case in everybody's situation. But in this case, it's necessary. We're growing, we're expanding in place.
Yes. And two, I think having your mindset about, when is the right time to sort of make that move and to make that decision? Like, do you call in? Mary, what are your thoughts on this? Do you call in? Because you and Sam are basically, you purchased, Holly and Sid's house.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah. And then she put the addition on for an in-law. So you're doing renovations now slowly to your place. But for our listeners right now, what are some of the factors that they should be thinking about to really make the decision? Do I stay or do I go?
I would say that's a different conversation with the in-laws thing.
Yeah,
There's
completely different.
There's a lot of conversations that happen with that. But for us, it was, could we see ourselves staying here for the long haul? And it has the space that we can grow into it. He was raised there, so we know that a family can function there. We love the location. We absolutely adore it. Has everything that we need. So I think it was easy for us to decide to stay there, and probably even easier to decide to put the in-law on because it was a smart decision to keep her there with us. We are planning on, having a family one day, and having her there was important. And hopefully our kids will have the house and we'll go into the in-law.
So that's a good plan.
So we're thinking very, very long term. It was blending two households together for the foreseeable future.
Well, it was also sort of a smart financial decision too, because not to get too personal, but if she was to purchase something on her own, maybe in 10 to 15 years she would end up with you guys anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was my point when they were making the decision.
Why spend money on, say, a condo or something if she was going to end up living with you guys anyways in the future? Yep. So it just sort of not speeds up the process, but makes it more fun.
Yeah. Well, so even vice versa. So the position that we were put in to be able to afford and purchase this property, we wouldn't have been able to purchase our forever home for that amount.
Yeah.
Going forward. So we ended up kind of like killing two birds with one stone. We're able to get her into the place where she wanted to be, as well as setting ourselves up for the future. So it was a compromise for everybody. And construction was long.
Yeah. Well, Holly's cool too. Like it's, at least you're living with
she
a cool
loves to
person.
order Chinese food and drink wine. So they have some pizza. So that's right up my alley.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We do have a question though.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know what a renovation loan is.
Oh, so like a 203K loan or a home Fannie Mae home style loan. So that's when, I'm sorry, I'm just rolling with the question over here. That's when the bank is essentially lending you money above and beyond the purchase price in order to make certain renovations to the house. That process is time consuming in the idea that you have to have multiple quotes from different contractors that are coming out. And giving you prices. So one contractor might say it's $20,000 to do a kitchen, another might say it's $50,000, and kind of going on from there, but they have to submit that information to the bank and agree to get paid by the bank after the renovations are done, because it needs to be proved to the bank that it's completed.
And that's if somebody is talking about, that question could have really went either way. So Melissa, I don't know if I think you answered it how I would have, but as you were talking, I was also thinking, so if you were buying a new home and a new to you, so you were buying a resale that needed a lot of renovations, that's the type of loan that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
But if you're living in a home and you just want to get a loan, so you could do a home equity line of credit, or you could do a home equity loan. So either way, I don't know what their point was. I would have gone the same way you did. But I was thinking when we did our kitchen, which was before we did our addition, we did a small equity loan, and it was like $25,000 to put towards the kitchen. The kitchen was ultimately more than that, but I knew that we were going to be there for a long time, so that's why we spent the money that we did. Yeah, but so I hope that answered that person's question. If not, just let us know and we can sort of get more onto that.
And if you, we do. If we're going rehab loan status, just as an FYI, it's a whole conversation in and of itself. There's so many other nuances to it. That could be a show in and of itself, but that's just a very quick.
We should do a show on that, and it's not easy. We could get Rob Bell on here with us, who went through it. He would love to. He would love to do that. It is not easy, and you have to get estimates and everything from people, and it is a process for sure, but it is a process that can be done. A lot of times you'll see sometimes you can do the septic system and everything. You can get that all included, which is nice, because if you saw a foreclosed property, but we don't even really see that many foreclosures anymore, right?
No, not as much.
Yeah, no, we heard at NAR that the foreclosures are going down.
Yeah.
But another question. Deb Kate Brown,
past client of mine. Hello there.
Facebook says 2 bathrooms need updated prior to possible future sale, or not, leave to future buyer. Trying to determine if we'd get dinged on offer price or if we'd get dinged on interest volume. Any insight where that line is?
So here's my favorite thing to say about that is, so if your bathrooms are clean but they're dated, then sometimes I say, well, it really matters. Are you, like Melissa said earlier, are you going to enjoy it for some time? Or are you just planning on renovating, that you want to move quicker, right? Yeah. So if they're clean and tidy, it doesn't bother me when somebody has, the green, the avocado green. I just call it sage. Yeah, or the pink, which was a mauve. Yeah, so if it's clean, but what we could do is you really do have an option there. So one thing that you say is the house is priced according to the condition it's in. So when you're saying, are you getting dinged for the price that people are going to give you? No, because if somebody came to me, if we're the listing agent and a buyer's agent came to me and said, oh, I just want to let you know we made our offer $20,000 less than your asking price based on the need for the kitchen and the bathrooms to be renovated, my response to them would simply be, the house is priced according to the condition it's in, and we already took into account that the bathrooms needed to be updated. If you're going to be living there for a little while and you can do a quicker renovation, potentially you'll get that money back, and maybe a little bit more. It's more of a marketing feature than it is, in my opinion, of value.
Yeah, and there's things that you can do to the bathroom to, make it more
spruce it
We had somebody who she had tile. Remember, it was colored tile, and then they. What was it, like a glaze over?
That was on Little's Ave, yeah.
They glazed the tile,
and
it looked
tile
great.
White, yeah. It looked really, really good. And that's and those processes have come so far in the last several years. So that was...
You wouldn't even really be able to tell, sorry.
Yeah, you couldn't. No, you couldn't.
And it was fairly inexpensive, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it was really quick.
Yeah, and we already got the house under. She didn't tell me she was doing it, and we had the house under agreement before the person came to do it. So.
Oh, and by the way, you have white tile now.
And P.S. I told you didn't have to do that, but it looks great.
Yeah, it did.
So Deb, I hope that answers your question, and if not, just give us a little ring-a-ding here on Facebook, and we will let you know.
We have 3 minutes left.
But let us know. Okay, so 3 minutes. We want to tell everybody about open houses at Copperwood and Bristol.
Yeah, so we will be at Copperwood and Bristol. Copperwood is a 34 home site. No, we can't. I'm not saying
34
home site. community off of Burt Street in Pembroke. We currently are in the first phase. There's 19 home sites in the first phase. We have 2 that are still available and 2 models as well. So we're going to be showcasing those
tons of
every
activity
Saturday.
down there.
Yeah, wicked busy. We need a golf cart now. Every Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 12. We are also doing Bristol Estates. That is off of Taylor Street in North Pembroke. That is a 7-home home site.
Community.
Wanted to say, yeah,
A 7-home community.
Yeah, and we have 1 model up over there to showcase, and we have 1, possibly 2 home sites still available over there.
We'll be sold out by
we'll
be sold out and completely built by the end of 2020. That's my prediction.
We're there
Bold
every
prediction.
Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 12 as well. So, but I don't know if we're doing anything else this weekend. Are we doing?
I don't know because we sold everything.
Yeah,
guys.
everything is already sold, I think.
All right, everything's sold.
So, but you can go on to BostonConnect.com because a lot of our agents here at Boston Connect Real Estate have other listings, so you'll be posting that. Follow along on Facebook too at Boston Connect Real Estate because we have a Facebook page, and every week, every Friday, Melissa puts up a nice video, lets you know where all of our open houses are going to be, so you can follow along and find some of our agents. Next week, we're going to have Trish and Nick Flynn on with us, and we haven't decided what the topic is going to be yet, but they are a newly formed husband and wife team, so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And back to Deb's question too, one of the things that I do a lot for people is I do go out to their home, and even if they're thinking about selling in 2 years or 3 years or whatever it is, a lot of people will have me out and I will give them my ideas and my suggestions on what really needs to be done and what probably doesn't really matter much. I'm actually going to be doing that for somebody this week as well. So a lot of people call us for that advice. So feel free to call us at 781-826-8000. My cell phone is 781-294-4848. If you want to get in touch with any of us, you can go to BostonConnect.com. Look for our past shows too from WATD. We have a podcast. It's called Talk Real Estate Roundtable, and you can find that just by putting in Melissa Wallace, Sharon McNamara, Mary Baker.
Preferably the other 2 because they're more recognizable.
All right, ladies, anything else to add as we're getting our music to cue out here?
Just
Have a wonderful week. Drive safe.
Yeah.
Drive safe. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Bye, Benjamin.
Bye-bye, ladies. Happy Valentine's Day.
All right, bye-bye.